Hi, I'm Eric Newcomer. I'm here at Uber Elevate conference in Los Angeles, where we're learning about flying cars. I'm here with Peter Diamandis, founder and chairman of Singularity University and the XPrize. Thanks for being here.
A pleasure.
What do you? You're someone who thinks about sort of planning for the future, exciting people about future technologies. Is that what Uber's trying to do here? Explain this event.
Yeah, I mean, they're basically taking a card from the concept that the best way to predict the future is to invent it or create it yourself. And so they're predicting a future in which we're taking Ubers not just on the ground, still stuck in traffic, but actually going up and traveling at 150, 200 miles an hour
right.
and going point to point,
right.
which, especially here in LA, that sucks in terms
right.
of traffic, would
right.
be awesome. So they've done something different, though. Rather than investing in a single company or backing an XPrize, what they've done instead is they've said, we're going to set a set of requirements.
Right.
Anyone who can build a vehicle that can do this, carry a pilot and 4 passengers, go
right.
at this speed, we will put your vehicle on the network.
They have 5 vehicle partnerships, battery partners,
yeah.
Trying to sort of bring it all together. They're setting very ambitious deadlines.
Yeah.
I mean, 2020 to pilot it, 2023,
for commercial service.
Yeah, exactly, which requires some sort of FAA approval. Are you optimistic, or you think that's sort of what you have to say to get people going? Or?
No, my friend Jeff Holden, who's the chief product officer, was chief product officer at Amazon. He created Amazon Prime when he was there, and now at Uber, he's created UberX and Uber Eats, and yeah, the guy delivers.
Right.
And it's an amazing team, and they've got a global platform, right? They move 15 million people per day.
Right.
They have the ability to do this, and so, yeah, I believe they're going to pull it off.
Right.
And I can't wait.
What do you even think we should call this technology?
Yeah,
I mean,
they
call it eVTOL, which is electric vertical takeoff and landing,
that
or
sucks.
flying car.
Clearly named by an engineer. So I don't think it's going to be called a flying car. In the early days of cars, we called them horseless carriages.
Right.
We named them from what they were not.
Right.
So I don't think it'll be flying cars. They could be air taxis. Jeff is using the term aerial ride sharing.
Right.
Because one of the important things about the whole concept here is it's just not your flying car.
Right.
It's you're going from a sort of flying airport, if you would, an old abandoned parking garage, because no one's driving cars anymore. At least no one's driving your own car. You're either in a autonomous Uber or an aerial transporter.
Right.
And so aerial ride sharing, where you're sharing your ride, the number of people in the air.
Right. Do you sort of, you're a board observer at Hyperloop One.
Yeah.
Sort of an underground solution. Any sort of rivalry there, or what do you have a stake in sort of underground transportation instead of flying cars?
Listen, one thing that's clear is you, me, and everyone else has one thing in common. We have 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, right? And it's how you save your time. So, I have 2 airplanes and I fly wherever I can just to save an hour at LAX.
Right.
So, anything that gets me there quicker. So we're going to have, there's autonomous cars coming online right now, right? Waymo is operating, Google spin out in 10 cities. We've got these aerial ride sharing, dozens of companies building these vehicles. We've got Elon with the Boring Company. We've got Virgin Hyperloop One, which is 1,200 kilometers per hour. It's that city center.
Right.
The fact of the matter, we just announced an Avatar XPrize. Instead of getting out of your home, put on your VR goggles and put on your haptic suit and hop into a robot someplace else and go do your shopping there. So we're gonna figure out how we save our time, how we move our
It's striking to me
around.
how much of the investment is in the private sector right now in transportation, which used to be a sort of huge government endeavor. Obviously, NASA is here and is supportive, but it seems like a lot of the heavy lifting.
It's about risk-taking, right? These startups are willing to take extraordinary risk because they can. You're not going to see the government doing this. The government's going to come in and support, provide policy, eventually adopt it, but they're not going to invent it or take the risk up front.
How close is Hyperloop One to striking one of these big partnerships to building something out?
Right now, outside the U.S., in Middle East and Asia, the programs are under development. Richard Branson just came on. I'm a founding board member. Richard came on as the chairman of the board.
Right.
And is really blowing it through the roof. We've got amazing technology in demonstration right now, right outside Las Vegas. So my kids, who are 7 years old right now, they're never going to drive. flying point to point or
Right.
hopping in a Hyperloop to go from LA to San Francisco
Yeah.
is their future.
Thank you so much for joining us at Uber Elevate.
My pleasure.
Thank you.